Good morning, traders. Welcome to the live trading room. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I was just saying earlier on that there has not been much changes from yesterday's webinar with today's analysis to what is currently happening now on the markets. But let's have a look at all of them. We're going to go through and we'll start with the DXYs. Let's have a look at the DXY. Just switch everything off here. So looking at the DXY, we have made that pullback. Let's start with the 4-hour. So the DXY on the 4-hour has been this structure. We've shown this yesterday as well. We're looking for this to drop. We've made this three-wave pullback here, which looks like an expanding flat. Now we're continuing the drop. Now there is this corrective structure. If you look at this corrective structure on the 4-hour, it looks pretty much bearish. Let's have a look at the indicator as well. It looks bearish, but there is no trade setup on the 4-hour. Okay, so this is still below 50. So we're still supporting downside on this one. If you go to the 1-hour on the DXY, there is a trade setup. Let's have a look at the 1-hour on the DXY. Nice trade setup on the DXY on the 1-hour. So we'll be looking for this to continue lower. So this closing below this, below the low boundary of the flag, we'll be looking for this to continue to the downside. Right, so that is the expectation on the DXY. How far will it go? Let's have a look. On the daily, so we're expecting the DXY to at least push back down to around this level, around the 89 level. So we expect this to continue lower. Right, so the DXY is the inverse of what's happening on the euro. As much as the DXY has got a nice structure on the 1-hour, the euro does not necessarily have a very good looking structure. Let's have a look here. So the euro is doing this, looks like it's doing this. Let's have a look on the lower time frame. On the 4-hour. So 4-hour on the euro, there is this setup. But again, like you've seen with the DXY, there is no trade setup on the 4-hour. We may see a trade setup here on the 1-hour. Okay, so let's have a look here. So we are above 50 supporting upside on the euro. So we should see more upside here. Okay, let's have a look here with what we are looking at. So what we're looking at is that the euro has made this three-wave pullback here. And we're expecting this to continue to the upside. And that is what is happening. And we've got this setup here in the lower degree. We'll expect this to continue to the upside. All right. That's what we have on euro and the DXY. Very good looking structures. Look at the 1-hour here on the euro. So the 1-hour on the euro is another trade setup for more upside. But I would prefer that you wait for this to break above or close above, the 1-hour to close above the boundary here. Then we'll confirm that that is indeed going to the upside. So watch out for that. On the 1-hour, there is a trade setup. There it is. Stock RSI is at the bottom. RSI is above 50. So upside is being supported, but only until we have broken above this boundary. Okay, so that is the euro and the DXY. What about pound US dollar? Pound US dollar, we may see continuation to the upside here. This looks like a three-wave pullback. We may see this one continuing to the upside. No sign of reversal on the pound yet. Still expecting more upside. US dollar chief. Looks like US dollar chief continues to push to the upside. And this is not what we're expecting on the DXY. So US dollar chief has just done this. It's just broken out of this, confirmed upside, and that is not the structure we're looking for. We're looking for US dollar chief to do this, but we're getting a move to the upside. Interesting that it's not doing the opposite of what the DXY is doing. So if you look at the DXY on the 1-hour, looks like a drop, but the US dollar chief is pushing to the upside, and we expect these two pairs to be correlated. Let's put them both on the 4-hour and just have a look. That is the DXY, and I want US dollar chiefs. That is the DXY and US dollar chief. Let's put them both on the same plane. right hand side, we're going to put in US dollar chief, just so we can compare, because this is supposed to be correlated, but we're seeing different structures. So let's compare. On both of them on the 1 hour, on the 4 hour. This is where correlation strength comes in. So we had 1, 2, 3 on the DXY. We've got 1, 2, 3 on US dollar chief on the right hand side. We've had the drop and the pullback. We've had the drop and the pullback, but this one did not come down. You see, so that means the correlation strength between this period on this was very weak. So there's no correlation during this period between the two pairs. This one is pushing up higher, this one is coming down. So they don't have to be exactly correlated. What happens with correlation, especially the DXY? We know the DXY has got over 50% weighting on the euro, about 50, 55%. I can't say the exact figure right now. So it does not mean that this one pushing up higher and this one coming down, this one pushing up higher, which is not the correlation with the DXY. That does not mean it should not happen. It can happen. It just means that the driver is probably something different. Could be the chief that is currently weak here, as you've seen with pound chief. Pound chief keeps pushing up higher. So this could be pushing up higher because of the weakness in the chief. Okay, so let's see. We are pushing up higher and we are still expecting downside on the DXY. Right. Let's go back to one chart. So your pound US dollar, we've already gone through that. US dollar CAD. Let's look at US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD, we've got a bit of a pullback there, but we're still expecting downside. We're still expecting downside. Let's have a look what's going on with the structure. We're still expecting this to continue to the downside. Check out the video yesterday. This is a wave 4, and we're currently looking for this one to drop down S5. Audi. We've got a bit of a pullback. It's really insignificant. The move to the upside is still very strong, so we're expecting the Audi to continue to the upside. Nothing changes from yesterday until now. Same as the New Zealand, we have retested, or we have tested this level here. Is this going to make a flat correction as follows? We're going to have 3 waves down, 1, 2, 3, and then we start making a move to the downside. We need to confirm this move first to the downside. So far, the indicators, all indicators are still upside. We're still upside on the 4 hour and the daily. 1 hour, yes, maybe a little bit lower, but we're not going to rush in. If we get a setup for this one to the downside, we're going to be retesting this level before we push to the upside. US Lazar. We started with this bounce that we expected at this level. We've got the bounce, we've got a correction. How far will this go? So we're expecting upside. We're expecting this to go retest around 1560. Let's see how that goes. Pound yen, continuation to the upside. It's going up slowly now. So we will wait for confirmation. We'll see if there's going to be any divergence in the higher degree, in the like the weekly, daily, for us to confirm this reversal. But this is going to keep pushing up higher. You know, the target on this one is around 156, but that will not go in a straight line. We're still expecting this to continue pushing up higher. We will get some pullbacks at some point. We'll get some pullbacks at some point, but let's have a look. Just want to confirm that target again. We are looking for this to continue to push to the upside. Right, so that is a pound yen, and we're looking for it to get to that level. We're still looking for it to get to that level. So, going to happen in a straight line. We may get a deeper correction at some point. US dollar yen. Let's go back to the 4 hour. Looks like it's setting up for another upside as expected yesterday. We expected this one to continue to the upside. Okay, setting up for another move higher. That is US dollar yen. Euro yen pushing up higher. Also, as analyzed yesterday, this is continuing to the upside. The trend is still upside. Same as Chief yen. Chief yen, we saw this one continue. We saw this one breaking down here, so it is moving to the downside as follows. So you can see the chief is showing weakness. That's why you saw US dollar chief is pushing up higher against the DXY move. So the US dollar chief is pushing up higher against the DXY downside. Okay, so you can see here again, chief yen is pushing lower while the rest of the yen pairs are pushing up higher. So this has something to do with the chief pair. Okay, we saw this one yesterday. It has made this corrective structure. It's continuing to the downside. Let's look at the rest. CAD yen. CAD yen is pushing up higher. This is just a simple pullback. We'll see continuation to the upside. CAD is still strong. It has just broken out of this structure. We'll expect continuation to the upside. New Zealand yen also pushing up higher. This is only a simple pullback. We're still expecting this to continue higher. Same as Audi New Zealand. This is not a reversal, it's a continuation to the upside. Gold, the current bounce, is it convincing for it to make a move to the upside? Let's have a look at the stock and the RSI here. Gold seems to be only coming here to make this pullback, and we're going to see this one continue lower here. We're going to see this continue lower. The upside is not convincing, and it looks like we are setting up for another leg to the downside on gold. So this is not a trade setup, guys. Don't go and sell or buy gold. So if we're buying gold, we need to have something like this. We need to get this one breaking out of this structure. We need to get out of this structure. We need to get out of this structure. We need to get a correction. We need to have the daily RSI above 50. For our RSI above 50, then we're going to start looking for upside if this is going to give us this structure. Or if this is the end of the move, it's going to push to the upside. Otherwise, we're still going to see further downside here on gold. It's not confirming upside here. Silver. Three-wave pullback. Nothing has happened since yesterday. We're still around the same levels. We'll expect this to continue to the downside. Brent crude. Resuming a move to the upside yet. Not quite yet. We're looking for this. And then upside. So Brent crude will still continue to the upside. Pound chief. You can see pound chief is showing so much weakness. That's why you see anything against the chief is pushing up higher. Anything against that, so where chief is the base pair, you can see that those pairs are dropping lower. That's why you see US dollar chief is pushing up higher. Chief yen is pushing lower. That's because of the chief in it. So something going on with the chief pairs or the chief currency. Right, pound CAD resumes a move to the upside. This is a pullback. We're going to see continuation to the upside here. That's setting up for another leg higher. Pound Audi. Now, why is it that pound Audi is pushing lower while the rest of the pound pairs are pushing up higher? That usually happens. It usually happens. It's all about correlation strength. This is mostly driven by the Audi and the New Zealand. Let's look at the New Zealand. So the New Zealand is showing a pullback after this drop, but we'll expect this to continue to the downside. We'll expect this one to continue to the downside. Right, that is New Zealand, not a setup as yet. Euro pound. Continues to the downside, no changes here at all. No changes, we're still expecting this to continue lower. Euro Audi. Euro Audi pushes, is going to continue pushing to the downside. It's risky to sell it at these levels. Very risky to sell it at these levels because you can get this one coming down here and then making a deeper bounce. Right, so Euro Audi has already made the move that we wanted. You may want to stay away from this one for now. Euro New Zealand, also just making a pullback here. If you want to get involved, wait for a deeper or a clear pull. Let's just take this one off. Or a clear pullback here. Something like this. That's if we want to get involved. Something like that. So for now, we are pulling back. EuroCAD. Are we going to see a bounce here on EuroCAD to make this structure? And then downside. We're expecting this one to just continue to the downside straight like that. Let's have a look at the stock and the RSI. So we cannot confirm if we're going to get that bounce. That bounce will only happen if we break out of this structure. So that correction, if we break out of it, then we're going to look for EuroCAD to get around that level. At this stage here, we are still below 50. That is EuroCAD. EuroChief, another one that has got the chief in it, is pushing up higher. No change. We are looking at this structure 1, 2, 3. That's what we saw yesterday. Cross pairs. Audi New Zealand, you keep buying this as long as it keeps giving you opportunities for a buy. On the 4-hour, there's another opportunity. This is giving us another opportunity to get involved here for further upside. Look at this. We're at the bottom. We're above 50. We're at the bottom. We expect continuation to the upside. Nice thing about this, you can put your stop nice and tight. Break or a close above this, then that's the trade setup. There's a possibility for this one more down before we push up higher. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Downside, we're going to look for upside. Otherwise, we can just go from here. That is Audi New Zealand. Audi CAD trade still intact. Remember our trade from here. Still in play. Still looking for more upside. Audi Chief. Nothing new. Again, Chief. A very weak Chief and a very strong Audi. So continuation to the upside. Look for 1-hour entries there. We'll be looking for this to continue to the upside after this pullback. That is New Zealand CAD. New Zealand Chief, another one with the Chief, pushing up higher. So there's no pair that is, there's no currency paired against Chief that is showing any weakness. So we're still looking for further upside. CAD Chief, we've been looking for that upside for a while now, looking for it to go to the top of the boundary. And that's that on the Forex pairs. The indices, again, they are setting up for another leg higher. No change on the indices as yet from yesterday. So I'm not going to go through the indices. You can just refer to yesterday's webinar. Nothing has changed. We're just looking for these sideways corrections to complete before we look for upside. So it's the same case, is the case for all the indices. Let's look at the cryptocurrencies. Are we going to see another leg higher on Bitcoin? Looks likely. This looks like a running flat and looks like we're going to continue pushing to the upside. We had broken up already on this. We've already broken out of this. Now we've got another one here. Running flat, we may see further upside. Ethereum showing a pullback. I am not sure if this is a valid spike. If it is, this may have been all a pullback, and we're looking for this before we get another leg to the upside. So we're still bullish the cryptocurrencies. There's no sign of reversal. Litecoin, 3-wave pullback, expect upside. And lastly, Ripple. Ripple has pushed up higher from the structure that we looked at yesterday, or not yesterday, last week. So we're looking for this setup on Ripple, for this to break up higher. So when this broke out of this one, we thought that was the one. It actually came back for one, making this a clear 1, 2, 3, and now we've made a move to the upside. Let's wait for any continuation to the upside. That's all for today, guys. Nice and quick. Not much has changed from yesterday. Let's just watch the market. Whenever there are setups, we will update and post. Have a great day, everybody. Those that are still attending the course, I will see you tonight. Cheers. Bye-bye.